let's talk that preseason game. It's the first preseason game against the Jets. The Giants are the home team. Oh boy, we have got ourselves a cornerback controversy. QB controversy, for sure. Definitely. It's happening. And, the organization will deny it up and down. Mara says that he wants to see Eli on the field, doesn't want to see Daniel Jones on the field. Shermer's in full denial mode. Fine. That's cool. Truth is, you got a controversy. Jones has looked impressive in camp. He comes out and goes 5 for 5 with 67 yards and a touchdown. And he was making throws that Eli has not made in a long time. Eli comes out with the starting unit. We only expected him for one series, but a lot of us didn't expect him at all. He goes 3 and out. Roll out. He had a guy open, supposedly down the field, and he checks down to a tight end for a 3-yard gain. Yeah, it's one play. It's the first preseason game. Who gives a shit? But it's optics, dude. Perception. Perception is you've lost it. You don't have the confidence. You have this off-season strength training regimen for your arm. We're all hyped about that. Al Leiter's on board. He's hooking you up. You got the Al Leiter mojo going for you. Your arm looks strong according to everyone who's watched you making throws that you haven't been able to make past couple of years. Unleash the beast, dude. That's not what fans wanted to see. Yeah, it's a preseason game. It doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? But, show off the arm one time in the preseason and you squash all this Daniel Jones talk. And yeah, I'm sure it doesn't affect Eli. Not much does. He'll just brush it off like he normally does. But someone tweeted out, my big concern with Eli isn't that he can't make all the throws. It's that he may not be willing to make all the throws. And whether that's him being shell-shocked from years with no O-line or doubts about his own ability, he no longer slings it like he once did. He needs to get that back. And that's just facts. Hashtag facts. That's the truth. You did all this off-season stuff to strengthen your arm. Show it off, my man. Come on now. If you got the goods, give it to us. It just takes one throw. It really does. I mean, you're not Daniel Jones. You're not the rookie that has to show us a lot. You've got a lot of great archive material. We just want to see a new track on the album that lets us know that you're not willing to ride off into the sunset just yet. You got a little bit more in you. And the fans booed, and I don't blame them. And the broadcasters were losing it like, I can't believe they're booing. It's like, I can. Dude, we've been seeing this shit for fucking 4 years. Do not start the game with a fucking 3 and out. That's not a lot to ask for. Get 1 first down. We'll be fine with it. Just don't go 3 and out. Apologize for yelling. I just get super fired up. I mean, you watch Daniel Jones, and I understand it's not against the first team Jets. But the fact that, okay, it's only one series. Fine, I get it. They had the weather delay. Maybe if they didn't have the weather delay, we could see him play a second series, and maybe he doesn't do well in the second series. Well, we didn't see that. All we saw was one series, and it was a good series. Why was it good? Yeah, sure, the touchdown. But it was the way he was throwing the ball, the way he's staying in the pocket, and the way he's fitting the ball in very tight windows. The Giants receivers on his 5 completions averaged just 1.4 yards separation. It's like around 3-ish feet. You know? If you're watching the video, I'm trying to show you that not a lot of space. And I guarantee if you had someone go through the archives of video for the past 4 seasons, Eli, when he gets that kind of separation, he's not throwing the ball, or he's throwing it away, or he's checking down. And that's the difference. it was, I mean, the overreaction in preseason, I mean, I overreacted. So it's like, I can't criticize it that much, but like people joking about how like he's getting, you know, his bust is about to be carved. He's on his way to Canton, Daniel Jones. And it's like, he looked really good. It's hard to argue with getting that. You know, why are we excited? Well, we had fucking Davis Webb, who was supposed to be the next Eli Manning, just fucking airball throw after throw after throw in the goddamn preseason. And you're like, this is the guy that we're passing the torch to? And then Kyle Lauletta, you know, he's supposed to be like this underrated, like Chad Pennington-esque type guy who's just supremely accurate, even though he doesn't have a ton of arm strength. It's like, okay, well, I can envision him in a one scenario being like this underrated guy who comes from a small school who just puts the ball where it needs to be. And he goes like 5 for 20 against the fucking Redskins in a game that was a blowout. No pressure. So yeah, we're gonna get a little excited. Guy was putting the ball pinpoint accuracy. He was not laying guys out, putting them in jeopardy, putting them in danger. I found this. This comes from Reddit. I think someone clipped an excerpt from a New York Times profile on Daniel Jones. And this is a pretty good story. And it feels, I mean, the comparisons of him to Eli are just, he is Eli's clone. Yeah. I mean, yeah. The Giants, someone was just like, we just clipped a little snippet of Eli's hair and they cloned him. Because, I mean, this story reeks of Eli Manning. And it's about Daniel Jones. About a week after the Giants drafted Daniel, 6th overall, he and his 2 sisters went out for ice cream in Charlotte, North Carolina, where they're from, while scooping Jones' cookie dough, which at least he's getting cookie dough, dude. At least he's not just getting vanilla. That'd be like so playing to stereotype if he got vanilla, which, you know, people like French vanilla. Go fuck yourself. I like it. But cookie dough, definitely. You can't, hard to pass on cookie dough. It's probably this story is probably why I made chocolate chip cookies on Saturday night. Made them way too big, by the way. It's just like a gag of horse. Anyway, while scooping Jones' cookie dough, the man behind the counter glanced at a TV showing highlights of Zion Williamson. And he remarked that he hoped the Knicks would draft Williamson, which they didn't. And Jones asked whether the man rooted for any other New York sports teams, like, I don't know, the Giants. And the guy replies, "Don't even get me started on this draft pick. Daniel Jones at 6? Are you kidding me?" And without hesitating, Jones replied, "Yeah, man, that's crazy. Can't believe they did that." And of course, his sister stood there dumbfounded. But, you know, Jones often played the even-tempered mediator among the 4 competitive siblings, but she couldn't understand how he could let the stranger insult him. And Jones said, "It wasn't important enough for me to assert myself." I mean, it's so Eli, it hurts, you know? I don't have that in me. I would have lost my shit. I'd have been like, "Yo, you're looking at him, dude. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I'm going to come back here and shove the cookie dough up your ass after I lead this team to the Super Bowl." But that's the difference between me and him. And that's probably why I'm taking prostate medicine right now and not in a Giants uniform. So, you know, it's 1 week. It was 1 series, a lot of overreaction. On the other hand, a lot of people, myself included, would have not hated picking Dwayne Haskins at 6. Dwayne Haskins threw 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. So there were throws where he looked awesome. It looks like he's a starter. And there are throws where it's like, have you ever played football before? I can't get mad at him for throwing the pick on the wheel route because I've done that. And Looking back at the game tape is not great. I'll put that out there. Alex Tanney and Kyle Lauletta, they also played well. I mean, people kind of just talked about Daniel Jones, but now there's after the was it Sudfeld for the Eagles went down for the season. I guess they don't have a backup now. Is that right, Philly fans? And so maybe the Eagles are considering trading for Alex Tanney or Kyle Lauletta. I hope they give him Kyle Lauletta. Don't give him Tanney because I have a weird feeling about Tanney. I hope this never comes to fruition, but I have a weird feeling that he's just going to in a weird sequence of events, like Jones has temporary plague and Eli is off doing emergency charity work and they're down to Tanney and he just comes in and is just trick shotting all over the place. He's a trick shot quarterback. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. There are videos of him on YouTube just throwing trick shots with the football. And I would just love to see that in a regular season game. Tanney's got highlight type stuff in his back pocket. Let's put that out there. If you can put a bet on it, do it. Oh, boy. On the other side of the ball. Well, I guess we can talk about TJ Jones first. Is TJ Jones a sneaky, low-key, great acquisition? I want to say he led all receivers. I think he had 6 catches, 70 yards or something like that. I think he led the team in receptions, and he looked really good. He had a touchdown catch. I think that he's gonna surprise a lot of people. He's not gonna do any kind of Pro Bowl type shit, but he's gonna come in and play better than anyone else that could fill his shoes. I think it's a sneaky good pickup. Saquon didn't play. Neither did Evan Ingram. Russell Shepard, that was a fantastic play, catching it over the middle and taking it to the house. He's people forget, with OBJ out last year, Russell Shepard, and I guess to a certain extent, Fowler and Latimer stepped up. I don't know. I keep hearing things about Cody Latimer, he's establishing a bond with Eli and they're on the same page and blah, blah. And it's I don't know, typical preseason. Is it typical preseason bullshit or is it is this for real? I think the organization and the press is definitely pushing for him to have some kind of comeback redemption story after he might not have played up to his potential in Denver. And then, of course, he got injured last year. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm pulling for him. But so far, it looks like Russell Shepard and even TJ Jones might have a bigger impact. On the defensive side of the ball, oh, by the way, Paul Perkins. Oh, boy. Paul Perk. My man Perk. Not a great first game. Fumbled, got hit from behind, which that's tough. But I guess if you have the ball in the right, if you have the right ball position, ball security, that doesn't happen. He kind of had his elbow out and not tucked. And so the guy came from behind and dislodged, separated him from the ball. So that stinks. But then you drop the pass and all around, not a great game. And, with 4 running backs in camp, Barkley, Gallman, and then you got Rod Smith, who looked great last year against the Giants. I don't know. Can't afford to have those kind of mistakes. Meanwhile, on the defensive side of the ball, BJ Goodson, not good, dude. Got his first snaps of the game in the start of the third quarter with the third string team, third unit. Yay. Going from, I don't think a lot of people were that high on him, but it was we drafted a linebacker and he's a thumper. And it's okay, we're going to get back to physical kind of football. He's going to lay some lumber on some people. I mean, when you're playing with the third team, that is not good news. I think Tay Davis started and then Ryan Connolly played, and Ryan Connolly had a good game. So if those two continue to play well with the first and second units, I don't know. I think you got to say, BJ, it's been real. Jake Carlock, guy from was that Long Island University? Just put him on the team. Find a spot. I feel for these guys that make big plays or have great games that come out of nowhere in the preseason. Like that guy from the Browns who talked his way in on the team. He was just sleeping outside of a gym or something like that and talked his way onto the team, and then he returns a kickoff or a punt for a touchdown. It's just put him on the team. Find a way to keep him on the roster. Same with Jake Carlock. Makes a hell of a play. Goes up, gets the ball, and returns it for a touchdown. Local kid. I don't know. Find a way to keep him on the team, especially if he play at least keep him through all of preseason. Say, okay, maybe the first game is a fluke. Let's see how you do with this unit, and keep pushing him and testing him. And if he keeps responding, fucking A, man. My feeling is you can't cut him after a game like that. And then, of course, the bad news that could have been a lot worse. DeAndre Baker injured his knee, sprained his knee. Didn't tear his ACL, which is great, but knee sprains are tricky. I don't know how long he's going to be out for a knee sprain. I don't know. But my guess is that he'll probably sit for the rest of the preseason. But that gives an excellent opportunity to Corey Ballentine, who played well and had a pick, but he also had another pick overturned to pass interference. He had a lot of hands, a lot of grabbing. And in the old NFL, where elite top talent cornerbacks could do that and did that and got away with it, too many cameras now. We're in an age where we're in the first season of being able to review pass interference, and that's ultimately going to hurt Corey Ballentine. But he's showing that doesn't seem to be showing any long-term bad side effects from getting shot. And looks like he has a chance to get a lot of playing time. I was not that impressed with Julian Love. Maybe it's just because he gave up that touchdown to Elijah McGuire in the first drive, which, by the way, Jabril Peppers. Yay. Jabril Peppers. If he comes up with that pick on that first drive, we're saying a lot of good things about the defense. We're not saying that they let Sam Darnold drive down the field and complete third downs, and ultimately, I don't know what happened to Love on that touchdown. I don't think he got caught up in the wash. He just got beat. I mean, they're still high on Julian Love, but I didn't see a whole lot to make me think that is deserving of all the praise. But on the positive side, ESPN ranked the Giants ranked them fifth for under 25 talent. So we got Jabril Peppers, Dexter Lawrence, Oshane, Ximines, Will Hernandez, Lorenzo Carter, DeAndre Baker, Sam Beal, Darius Slayton, Evan Engram. Cowboys were ranked 11th, Redskins 13th, Eagles 32nd, dead last, motherfucker. Which I think that's good. It's a young team. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of maybe mental mistakes that come from a lack of experience. But you're setting yourself up for a nice 3 to 4 year run at some point with that group. Of course, Sam Beal, it's if he can ever just get healthy, he's been kind of frustrating because you just keep hearing about him and how much potential he has to change the game. And it's actually play a game first before we start flating you. Third of the Giants' 90-man roster is under age 25. 17-ish are locks to be on the 53-man roster. But only 8 of the Giants' 29 players under 25 have taken a snap in the NFL. Yeah, it's a lot of rookies. A lot of rookies. But the one rookie that I think, besides Daniel Jones, the rookie that might have the biggest impact is Dexter Lawrence. I mean, this guy the more I hear about him, the more I fall in love with this guy. He's rooming with Daniel Jones to help Daniel keep his mind straight. Daniel's mind straight. And here's a quote from Dexter. I knew when I played him in college, he was really good. In the first half, he was killing us on the field, up and down the field, but they just couldn't score. I knew his talent when they drafted him. I said, okay, he deserves to be there. I respect that. All right. Under the radar rookies to keep an eye on during the preseason. Julian Love and Oshane Ximines. Here's the write-up on Love. Criminally underdrafted, there was not a bigger ball hawk in the 2019 draft class than Love. Over the last 2 college seasons, he came away tied for most pass breakups plus interceptions, and his overall grade ranked 6th among FBS cornerbacks. And he was coverage grade. He ranked 4th, and forced incompletions ranked 2nd. In man coverage, he collected the most forced incompletions, put up the 2nd highest coverage grade in college football. He's the best corner in the nation while playing cover 1, and his coverage grade was the best in college football. Single-handedly shut down any offense trying to utilize a quick passing game. So he's elite on short targets. And, of course, Ox is one of the best edge defenders in all of college football over the last few years. He's nearly unmatched at the 6'7" technique in that time span. His pass rush grade is second only to Nick Bosa, and he was 3rd in total pressures. So, I mean, they got rid of Olivier Vernon's salary. They got what could be called an Olivier Vernon clone or upgrade, and Julian Love, who is great in man, which, with Janoris playing man on the other side, I mean, you're not going to have a lot of options to throw to. If they can get the scheme down, I mean, they're all rookies. So, my guess is that, you're going to see you might see a lot of broken coverages while they get their sea legs, while they get their feet underneath them. But year 2, 2020, look out. I guess I'll end with this. Alec Ogletree changed his number from 52 to 47. When asked why he would change his number, he said, because I felt like I had done all I could do with the number 52 in biblical terms. Oh boy. The number 7 means I'm a completion. That was my number in high school, and I threw a lot of incompletions. Oh, no, that's not right. I threw a lot of completions to the other team. Number 4, I read it, means your mind, your body, your spirit are in line with the structural world again, and for me, in organized sports. It means stability of home. Number 47 reminded me of where I come from, what I've been through, and where I'm headed. He said he didn't really have a meaning behind the number 52, and this gives him meaning. Okay. So, there's that. But one Redditor pointed out that Ogletree made a deal with Shermer last year that if he had 5 interceptions, he would get to line up as a tight end for at least a play. And you can't wear number 52 as a tight end, but number 47 is an eligible number for a tight end. So be on the lookout for that. If there's a bet you can put down, like a prop bet, Alec Ogletree catches a touchdown, lay some moolah on that.